Hello everybody and welcome to my first video on this new channel actually. So today we're going to be talking about the 2026 House elections. So first of all, I wanted to go over this. So Republicans currently hold a 218 seat majority, while Democrats hold 214 seats, and there are 3 vacancies. So you actually need 218 votes to have a majority, and that is exactly what Republicans have. So one more resignation or death, and they will be no longer in the majority. Technically, it wouldn't really matter too much, as they'd still have more than the Democrats, 214, but that majority has been getting smaller and smaller. So now I want to talk about some historical data really quick. So in every election, we're going to focus on these numbers down here, from 1954 to 2022, all of this data. So in 1954, that is 2 years after Eisenhower was elected. Of course, Eisenhower was a Republican. 19 seats went to Democrats, or were picked up by Democrats. They had 19 net gains. So looking at 1994, we'll see the opposite is true. 2 years after Bill Clinton was elected, Democrats lost 54, Republicans picked up 54. 2006, which was a midterm year after Bush's re-election, Democrats picked up 32. 2010, 2 years after Obama, Democrats lost 64. 2018, after Trump, Democrats won 41. 2022, 2 years after Biden, Democrats lost 9. So where does that put us today? Today we are going into a midterm election 2 years after Donald Trump was elected, of course, to his second term, but it might be treated more like a first term, since we didn't have him for 4 years, since we had a Democratic president for 4 years. So we're looking here. So obviously there's seats that will likely and most likely go to Democrats and are solid Democratic seats. So of course there's lean, likely, and solid. Same for Republicans. And with the way it's looking, there's 211 seats that will most likely go to Democrats already, meaning that they only need to pick up 7 of these toss-ups. 7. There's 4 where they're already incumbents. Of course, an incumbent seat is easier to keep than flipping a seat. So they really only need to flip 3 of these seats to be competitive, or to flip the House. So with the way things are going, we will very likely see a Speaker Hakeem Jeffries and a Democratic House of Representatives come January, when the new members are sworn in. Because for Republicans to keep the majority, they'd have to win at least 12 of these 18 toss-up seats, 2/3, 66% of the toss-up seats, which is very unlikely, especially when you look at the historic data. I mean, the odds of that happening are tremendously. I mean, the only time that's happened recently would be 2002 after 9/11, when George Bush, I believe, I actually don't have the numbers here for him, but this pattern did not continue for them that year. So unless some sort of major nationally unifying event occurs, we will very likely see a Democratic House of Representatives come following November's elections. So I'm actually going to be releasing a video on the Senate tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. We will get a little bit more into the details when it comes to the Senate, and I'll have a map for that video. But for now, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed or learned anything, please leave a like. This is really a basic overview, and I'll link all these websites in the description below, and you can come in here and see, for example, the polling on these seats. Oh, they're trying to get us to log in, but if you click any of these candidates' names, congressmen's names, you can see the polling for that district. Maybe you could look for your home district. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Please subscribe for similar content, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.